currently on the PTR, they're trialling out the Moonkin Festival. As per the description, a wonderful celebration of all things Moonkin is happening today in Moonglade. Stop by and see what you can learn. So, as you would expect, our adventure begins in Moonglade. And now, if you make your way to Moonglade, you will find the NPC Macau, who is located in more the southern part of Moonglade. Now, if you speak to Macau, you are given the quest Moonkin Monitoring. Now, for this quest, you simply need to observe the nearby dancing, moonfiring, and napping Moonkin hatchlings and see what you can learn. The reward is a Moonkin hatchling, which, to begin with, is a duration of a single day. Now, as you progress through this event, you are able to increase this. Now, to actually be able to do this effectively, you will need to collect Moonkin stones, which you can collect from these various stones here. The Moonkin stones will essentially allow you to be able to interpret what the Moonkin hatchlings are saying. So essentially, once you have that, you have Understand Moonkin. Attuned to Moonglade, allowing you to understand Moonkin. Now, there is a little tip that if you actually do leave the Moonglade, you're going to lose this buff, but it's pretty easy to get back. These moonstones are dotted pretty much everywhere. Now, for this first quest, the Moonkin Monitoring, I'm going to start with the dancing one because it's the one right next to the quest NPC. All you simply have to do is stand close enough to the NPC and you basically will get this flag. Same for the moonfiring and napping. There is a bit of waiting around because, like I say, it is pretty much an observing quest. So you want to just be as close to the primary NPC as possible. Now, you pretty much have to wait around for about 5 to 10 seconds, if I'm correct, before you're given that sort of like checkpoint in the quest. To fully complete this quest chain, it is advisable that you have a group. Now, I am actually going to try and solo this as Vengeance. I believe an effectively geared tank can do this solo. Unfortunately, I have tried this as Havoc and I pretty much got destroyed. So we should have the final part of the quest complete very shortly. There we go. Now, simply return to Macau, cash the quest in, and you should now have a Moonkin hatchling. Now, the basic indication of pattern and path of what to do for this quest comes from the Moonkin hatchling. Now, obviously, I'm gonna run through completely what you need to do. So, obviously, if you speak to the Moonkin hatchling, he just says berries. Speak to him again. The Moonkin hatchling stomach grumbles at the motions towards the Storm Rage Barrow Dens. Now, the Storm Rage Barrow Dens are just over here. What this simply means to us is that we need to go and collect some berries. Now, we ideally need 5 berries. Once you have 5 berries, a second hatchling will spawn, and that will also increase the duration of our Moonkin hatchling to 2 days. Now, the berries, where the hell are they? You'll find a lot by the center point. Here we go, here's some. Now, throughout this as well, you're going to find various mobs that you're going to have to kill as well. But try and avoid killing too many at the moment because you do have to kill more shortly, and I will come to that. Alright, so let's get a berry. Now we need 5 of these things, and I need to turn on auto loot. Right, there's one. I believe there's another one up here. Usually there's a mob next to each set of the berries.
It's too far away. Can't attack that.
This makes 2. I need 3 more.
You need to It's too far away.
Okay, just another 2 more of these. It's probably worth noting at this point there is 3 different types of the Jadefire mobs. There's the Pyromancer, the Illusionist, and I can't remember what the... I think it's a Shadow Fiend? I think. But basically for the next part of this quest you actually need to kill essentially 1 of each. I think potentially 2 even, because they all have a chance of dropping the various items you are going to need for the Moon-Kissed Antidote. Now I will cover that once we have our 5th berry. Right, so now we have all 5. Simply use all 5 and a second... There we go. Our second Moonkin hatchling has spawned. Now, if you speak to the Moonkin hatchling, it will say, Jadefire have antidote. Interesting. So that's an indication for us that we need to kill some Jadefire. Also, if you speak to him again, kill Jadefire, and again. Okay, so basically they're telling us we need to kill these Jadefire things. So let's get killing. Now, like I mentioned before, there's 3 types here. We've got the Illusionist. We have the... There's another Illusionist. Pyromancer, I think they are. The Shadowmancer is the 3rd type. Right, so I need to kill a couple of these. Now I think from the Illusionist you get Constella's Corruption, if I remember rightly. There we go. So we have the first part of what we need, so we can stop killing Illusionists. Now we need to kill Shadowmasters and Pyromancers to obtain this second and 3rd part. Now, but if I'm right, the Shadowmasters should drop the Moonglow Water. But you might also have to kill a couple of them as well. Here we go. There's another Shadowmaster. I'm actually getting really unlucky with drops when I did this before. I think I only killed 1 Pyromancer and 1 Shadowmaster and I got the items. Wow, mega unlucky. Come on, Pyromancer, drop what we need. Well, at least the Pyromancer dropped what we were after. Alright, so we've obtained the Moonglow Water. Now there is a druid actually killing the NPC we need, but unfortunately we can't kill him at the moment. Now it's probably also worth mentioning that if you hover over either the Constella's Corruption or the Moonglow Water, it will tell you that you need to combine the Brilliant Vial, Constella's Corruption and the Moonglow Water to create Moon-Kissed Antidote. Wow, really unlucky with these Brilliant Vials. Oh yeah, interesting little side note that the actual Moonkin hatchlings, obviously if you were paying attention from the first quest, part of what they were doing was moonfiring, sleeping and dancing. So, as you would expect from your companions, they also do all 3. So when you dance with them, they dance, when you sleep, they sleep, and when you attack, they moonfire. Wow, I think this is either bugged or my luck has gone to hell. It still says I need a brilliant vial. Now hopefully this won't be an issue on the live servers. I shouldn't need to kill any more illusionists. I'm going to kill one anyway just in case I actually did miss something. Once again, I shouldn't have to kill any more pyromancers, but again, I might have missed something or made a mistake on which mob I picked the brilliant vial up from.
Can't attack that target.
Wow, this drop rate is either horrific or I am having the world's worst luck. Come on, diminishing returns, give me this damn vial. Oh, eventually. Okay. So now we have all three items. Simply right click on it and we should create the Moonkiss antidote. At the same time we'll have a third hatchling appear. The Moonkin hatchlings is now up to 3 days. If you speak to them, they're now concerned about their friend Clocky. Or Clockle, should I say. Now to find Clockle is quite a straightforward thing. There are 3 actual underground dens. There is this lower one on the left hand side, this lower one on the right hand side, or this one that's slightly raised in this tree stump, which is just here. Now we want this central one. So we need to make our way a fair amount down. Now if I remember the pathway here, you follow the first path all the way to the bottom, take a left at the bottom here. Yep, next room. So yes, take a left down here. Follow this all the way down. Now Clocky is just up here on our left here. So if we follow the bridge directly over, and in this room we need to take a left again. It's actually, I think his name's Clockle. Clockle, Clocky, yeah, one of the two. I'm going to start calling him Clockle because I'm pretty sure that's what his name is supposed to be. So we need to now administer our antidote to him. Once that's done, surprise, surprise, we now have a 4th Moonkin hatchling. And also this is now up to 4 days. Do we have 4? Yeah, we definitely have 4. So, Zavion Scary. The Moonkin hatchling is crying at the thought of Zavion, and again, Zavion's scary. Now, as you've probably guessed, we need to do something about Zavion. He was the NPC that Druid was fighting outside, which I probably should have helped, but I was recording this video, so I didn't really want to. Now, I have brought a few things along for this to try and speed up the fight. I brought myself some Drums of Fury and some Potions of Prolonged Power. I also have a couple of flasks somewhere. There's a crit flask I'm going to bang on. I have augmentation runes as well, I thought. I don't. Bugger. Okay, bugger. And I might even change to a couple of DPS trinkets. Actually, no, I'm going to stick with the tanking trinkets I have on because he can hit a bit like a truck, so got to be careful. So Zavion is the dude in the middle of this sort of, I don't even know what you'd call it. So runes. Okay, gonna go straight in with a prolonged power and let's start burning him down. Like I said, you're probably gonna need a group for him. He's got 71 million health unbuffed, so obviously in a group he's going to have more health, but obviously a tank and a healer and 3 DPS is going to make a significant amount of difference. But let's give him a go. Now this is going to be a little bit drawn out because obviously the amount of health he's got and my terrible DPS as Vengeance. Now he should start spawning illusions at some point. Which should, well, one, make me be able to survive there because of the souls that they drop when I damage to them. Obviously, the more mobs you have on you, especially if you're a DPS, the trickier you're going to find this. Essentially, he has all 3 abilities as the standard G85 NPCs around. So obviously, like the Pyromancers, he's got a Pyroblast. Like the Shadow dudes, can't remember the name of them. He has obviously Shadow Ball or Shadow Bolt Volley, and obviously the Illusionists we will see shortly when he starts spawning some illusions. There we go, there's the illusions. Try to focus him and ignore the illusions if you can. Now, essentially from Xavian, he will drop what's called the Beanie Bombi, and after you kill him, you will also have your Moonkin hatchlings increased by an additional day, and surprise, surprise, you're going to have a 5th. Now, I know this is a little bit boring to watch. If you bear with me, I should kill him soon. He's only got 35% health left. Now it's probably worth, especially if he's soloing him, to save your cooldowns probably at this point, because he might struggle at this point, since you're taking an increased amount of damage from all these extra Pyroblasts. The illusions do actually disappear, it seems. Yeah, almost that. And with that, there we have a dead Zavian. And we also obtain our Beanie Boomy. Now, we can use this to... Oh, sorry, I should say. Use Moonkin hatchlings follow you, eager to learn from your adventures, a 3-second cooldown. Let's give it a quick try on what it should do. Now, it has given us our 5th, because we have now slain the Zavian, which they were all so fearful of. All they seem to do now is tell you how much they love you, you're amazing. It's very much a very positive thing to have around you, to be honest. Moonkin Hatching seems to be very happy with you, which is always a great sign. And apparently I'm still pretty amazing. Hooray. And they love me. Now, this is pretty much the entire holiday of the Moonkin Festival. There isn't much more, as far as I'm aware, to this holiday. And with that being said, I think I'm going to cut the video here. Now, I hope you found this somewhat useful and informative. Any feedback is great, and I'll catch you next time.